So today now we are going to discuss about analysis of data in the second chapter of psychology NCERT class 11th methods of inquiry in psychology. So coming to analysis of data, as we have discussed different methods for collecting information. So when after the data are collected, the next job of the researcher is to draw conclusions. So this requires analysis of data. We generally use two methods for the analysis of data. First is quantitative and other is qualitative methods. So what is quantitative method? So as of now you might be having an idea that psychological tests, questionnaires, structured interviews, etc., contain a series of close ended questions. That is, the questions and their probable responses are given in these measures. Generally, these responses are given in scaled forms. That is, they indicate the strength and magnitude of the response. For example, they may vary from 1 low to 5, 7 or 11 that is high. The participant's task is to select the most appropriate response. Sometimes there are right and wrong responses. A researcher assigns a number to each answer, normally 1 for right answers and 0 for wrong answers. At the end, the researcher calculates the total of all these numbers and arrives at an aggregate score, that is the average score, which tells about the participant's level on that particular attribute. For example, intelligence, academic intelligence, etc. So, in this procedure, the researcher converts the psychological attributes into a quantity, usually the numbers. For the purpose of drawing conclusions, a researcher may compare individuals' score with that of the group or compare the scores of two groups. This requires use of certain statistical methods about which we will be studying later further in other chapters. So as we all know about the methods of central tendency, that is mean, median and mode, methods of variability, range, quartile deviation, standard deviation, coefficients of correlation and so forth. So these and some other advanced statistical methods enable a researcher to make inferences and to give meaning to the data. Other method in analysis of data is qualitative method. Human experiences are very complex. This complexity is lost when one elicits information from a respondent on the basis of a question. For example, if you want to know how a mother feels about the loss of her child, we will need to hear her story to understand how her experience is organized and what meaning she has given to her suffering. Any attempt at its quantification will not enable us to get at the principles of organizing such experiences. Psychologists have developed various qualitative methods to analyze such kind of data. One of them is narrative analysis. And also, when data are not always available in the form of scores, when the researcher uses the method of participant observation or unstructured interview, the data are generally in a descriptive form. In participants' own words, field notes taken by the researchers, photographs, interview responses noted by the researcher, or taped video recorded informal talks, etc. These are the ways through responses are taken. So these type of data cannot be converted into scores or subjected to statistical analysis. Rather, the researcher uses the technique of content analysis to find out thematic categories and build those categories taking examples from the data. It is more descriptive in nature. It must be understood that quantitative and qualitative methods are not contradictory, rather, they are complementary to each other. In order to understand a phenomenon in its totality, a suitable combination of both methods is needed.